Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Shop Disney / Hasbro Pulse exclusive X-Men the Animated Series, the VHS style box. Here we have Storm, the latest release from Hasbro. Of course, the UK has already had Storm, I think, for a while. And just on Monday, I think it was, maybe Tuesday, Hasbro Pulse finally shipped out Jean Grey. So they're coming along. We still need Morph and Mystique, but I'm trying to think, did Mystique pre-order actually go up yet? I can't remember if she did or not. But anyway, a couple more to come, but they're coming out. They're coming along quite nicely. Here we have Storm. The artwork looks really damn awesome of Storm. Really liking it here on the side. Looking at the back, the bio reads, with her weather manipulation powers, Storm can summon lightning across the sky or gentle rain over a parched land. So that is pretty cool. And then, of course, you know, with the VHS, you can line them all up and make them look like you have them on your media shelf or whatever with your different VHS packages. Jubilee, Wolverine, and the double wide Mr. Sinister, of course. So these are looking really cool. I really like the way they look, having them all together. So hopefully we get some more villains. We can have them all kind of faced up against each other. Who knows how deep they'll really go with all this, but it could be pretty crazy and get really crazy over time. But anyway, looking at Storm, here we do have the plastic-free packaging as it states there. So for you guys that have not seen before, I will take this out of the box here for the very first time to show you guys how the plastic-free works with these figures. So you pull it out, and then you get accessories in these little paper bags. You pull the cardboard out. Usually the figure comes out with the cardboard. In this case, Storm did not, and here she is in a paper bag, and she's got some weight to her. Now, I know this one, Storm, actually comes with a new head sculpt, which is kind of different. Some of these figures don't have any differences, but like Wolverine had some new stuff and things like that. Jubilee was all like reuse. Mr. Sinister, complete reuse. Oh, here's some cardboard in there. But here is Storm, and she looks great. I really like the cell shading on her. It's very noticeable, yes, but the black and the white really complement each other. Like with Mr. Sinister, I didn't like it because blue and gray didn't really seem to work well together, in my opinion. Wolverine, the cell shading is subtle. This one is kind of in your face, but it helps stand out, and it actually does look kind of good, I will admit, even though lots of cell shading I hate, especially that Mr. Sinister. But here is Storm looking really cool. But here's the damn problem. These lower legs are gummy as shit. That's going to be a problem because she's very top heavy, because look at all this sculpted hair. I can tell, I'm sure I'm going to have issues getting her to stand and everything, because holy hell, these legs are really bad. They've always been bad, but man, this one's like especially bad. Oy. It's going to be all bad. She's ever so slightly leaning, and there she goes. So, oy, let's work through this. Here we go. Okay, so here is the Storm figure out of the package, and yes, she's cool. But it's another one of those cases, like if you're going to open it and display it and stuff, this is a pretty good Storm figure that we had gotten before. I can't remember which way. Was she a retro figure? Retro carded figure? Or the black suit one was the white suit? I can't even remember at this point. There's so many figures, trying to memorize it all is kind of crazy. But I want to say she was a retro carded figure, and then the black one, the black suit, was a fan channel exclusive retro carded figure. But anyway, if you have this Storm, you're probably good. If you want this Storm to kind of match the cell shaded look of the animated series, or one that's specific to animated series with the new sculpted hair, this is a pretty cool one. But as I suspect, it's probably a super easy pass for a lot of folks. And that's okay. The figure is cool, but again, the lower legs are absolute shit on this figure, as well as a lot of the older female figures, because like even this one, that's just all it does is stand in a case, right? The legs are kind of bowed out and stuff, and you know, they're super rubbery and thin even on this one, so that kind of sucks. But anyway, let's get Storm off the stand. Let's take a closer look, because I think it's going to be all the same, with the only difference being the hair. I think the head sculpt is actually the same, but we're going to take a closer look at it just to make sure. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Storm figure. So the head sculpts to me look the exact same. The only difference is the deco, of course. Brighter red lipstick, more, well, I guess the gold is similar on the earrings. But we actually, instead of whited out eyes, we actually get some blue eyes. Their skin tone is a little bit different as well. But the hair is way different. This one, we get no color. There might be a little bit of tiny blue throughout the hair, and it might just be my mind playing. Oh no, look, because there's the blue up underneath, but not a whole lot on top. That's kind of weird. Why is the blue under and not on the top of her head, like where, you know, it would be seen? That's kind of an odd choice. But anyway, like they went crazy like on this one with the hair being all wavy and stuff. This one doesn't get a whole lot wavy, you know, blowing in the wind and stuff. But if you notice, one thing that's weird is you actually get this piece that drapes over her shoulder. Like that's pretty different that you wouldn't normally see, right? Usually the hair just flows down right along their back over their shoulders or whatever. But then we get this extra piece that comes out over her right shoulder. So that's, you know, that's a little bit different. But looking at the rest, we get that black for the cell shade and some of those muscle definition areas or the curves of her sleeves there. And then along her leg, the inside of her right leg, you actually get, I guess they would consider this cell shading on that fabric right there to kind of give it some like fold type look in it, which is kind of cool. There's no cell shading on the back of the figure or anything. We do get that yellow stripe that's painted there, and then the Xmen logos there. So not a whole lot going. The cell shading, you know, it's obviously noticeable. Her shoulder pads, her torso, her legs, and her arms, but it's not like crazy in your face like some of the cell shading could be. So I think that's why I kind of like it. You know, if they went a little bit crazier on this side or more on this side of the leg and over here too, down the lower arms, I probably would have said, you know, it's way too damn much. It looks too busy. But as it is right now, it really doesn't look too bad. And then we get a clean white look as opposed to kind of a pearlescent white like this one had with a little bit of a metallic yellow. We kind of get a little bit more of a flat yellow on this new Storm. But you could see the differences there, but again, they are the same molds and everything. The only difference being the newly sculpted hair. So let's zoom out and see them perfectly side by side. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, this is such a pain in the ass to get these goddamn figures to stand up. So like Storm, these gummy ass legs, like it's irritating as shit. Oh man. Oh, look at that, I got it. Anyway, as I was saying, looking at the two Storm figures side by side again, same thing. Another difference that I forgot to mention is, you know, this one, the retro Storm, actually has the gloved look, whereas the animated series Storm, she does not have gloves on her hands. And for accessories, we do get the additional electricity hands for Storm there. They are all molded in that translucent yellow plastic. And then her hands, we get the skin tone painted over there. That's why on some of the fingers and stuff, oh, let's see, look, they're gonna start falling now. On like some of the fingers, you could actually see the translucent yellow, and then her skin tone painted over. It looks kind of funky a little bit, and then there's this big shine to her hands. But there they are there. We've seen these before. A couple of other Storm figures have come with these. Okay, so let's go over articulation because it's going to drive me nuts. Head pivot going on in there with the head. You can turn a little bit, but the hair is really going to get in the way. She's not going to look up at all. She can look down that much. The shoulders, the arms, you can get the shoulder arms. You can get the arms to go up straight out like that. You could do a full rotation, but then you kind of have to like move this around and kind of adjust that. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, you know, there. So just watch out for that. Swivel at the elbow, single joint. So you're only going to get, I guess a 90-degree bend, maybe a tiny bit more there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. They have a horizontal hinge on there. The fabric piece just, you know, has a little string like attaches at the wrist, and then it's kind of stuck here with a piece of plastic over her neck there, and it just kind of sits there. You know, you don't really want to mess with it too much. The shoulder pads do move around, so they're not going to get in the way of her shoulders or anything like that. We have a diaphragm joint, so she can pivot to her left that much. She can pivot to her right that much, which is actually a pretty good amount. But then we get to where it's shit again and she doesn't really move forward. And then back, you actually do get a whole lot back, but then we see a crazy gap in there. But I mean, that could almost work as cell shade if you're not like too zoomed in and detailed to actually look inside of it. So you might be able to get away with that there. So that's kind of interesting. Never thought about that before. And then of course the swivel is at the diaphragm joint because there's no waist swivel or anything like that. Legs go out that far apart. She can kick forward that much. She can actually, these legs don't really go back. You have an upper thigh cut in there, double jointed super gummy ass knees, which give us that much bend there. Look at that side to side motion of the lower leg. That shouldn't happen. No calf swivel, of course. Foot hinges down. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Damn, it's so rubbery. But yeah, there is Storm's articulation. If you have this figure, you know exactly what to expect. Or if you have the black suit version, you know exactly what to expect. Still a good looking Storm figure. You know, when I think X-Men, my mind first goes to the X-Men animated series because, you know, when I was a kid, that was kind of my big introduction into Marvel. So the Spider-Man, the animated series, X-Men, the animated series. So, you know, it was always kind of a dream, like, if you're going to get figures, you know, you want to get the cartoon versions. And we got the Jim Lee versions and stuff, and that's awesome. That really helps. But then to have, like, a specific animated series version, that's like the icing on the cake. Cell shade is kind of the compromise you have to make with that. But I'm okay with that because when you watch the show, you see all the shading in the show. So it's like they rip the art, you know, right off the screen and put it into figure form, and that's kind of what the cell shaded look is. So I'm okay with it. But let's see how Storm looks with the other cell shaded figures that have released so far. Okay, so here are the animated series VHS packaged figures with cell shading that have released in the US so far. Of course, Jean Grey and Morph is out there. I don't know if the UK really got Morph yet. But Jean Grey is out there. Hasbro Pulse has shipped that out. It's likely in stock as well. I'll have links in the video description below to Storm. And then if I can get to it, I'll get all of them in there. I don't think Shop Disney has gotten Storm yet because I got Jubilee and Mr. Sinister from Shop Disney. And then I actually got Wolverine from Hasbro Pulse. It's kind of been a crapshoot on, you know, which retailer is going to have them first. But they're technically shared exclusive between the two. So we'll see kind of what's going to continue to come. I think they look really good together. And I like that they're animated series specific. You know, Jubilee technically didn't get anything new. They changed, the boots were changed to regular legs. Not a big deal. But the head sculpts were all reused and stuff. There was nothing new there, which was kind of disappointing. Mr. Sinister didn't have anything new. Wolverine got the new hands and claws, the new head sculpts, some cool accessories. Morph has some things that he's going to be new and pinless and everything. That's all exciting. Storm has new hair, so that's cool, I guess. You know, it's still shit legs. Jean Grey is going to be terrible because nothing is new on that. So it's just kind of hit and miss on what these figures are going to do, like to make them more specific to the animated series. I think Wolverine, you know, is definitely the right call to do a new cowl to make them, you know, stick out more and be real specific and accurate to the animated series. Same with Storm and redoing the hair. Jubilee, you know, that works. Mr. Sinister, that works. Jean Grey can kind of work, but it would be nice if they came with additional accessories to kind of make up for the fact that something isn't new. So it kind of sucks that we're not getting that. You know, with Mr. Sinister, he's a bigger figure, so okay, he didn't come with a single thing extra. Jubilee had some effect pieces, I think, that, you know, we've seen over and over again, but the new head sculpt, 2 head sculpts, so that was, you know, pretty cool. Storm, you know, the light electricity hands is, you know, a nice touch, I guess. But, you know, hopefully we can kind of get more. Mystique seems to have some extra stuff. You know, the baby Nightcrawler, that was just a repaint of the baby Hulk from the Old Man Logan set. But it's still cool to come with, you know, the fact that, you know, they're coming with like extra stuff. You know, and I think Mystique, something on that figure is going to be new, and I think it's going to be the head sculpt that's new, and yet there's additional accessories. So why some figures aren't really coming with more and stuff, you know, there's all decisions. Who knows how they make those? It sucks. You know, and it would have been really nice to get like Storm on the new Shriek body, to, you know, pinless, sturdy knees and legs that aren't going to fall around. So, you know, it is what it is. So the Storm, it's going to be an easy pass for you, a lot of you guys, but I think a lot of you are going to want to pick it up, you know, to fulfill the X-Men animated series team, to hit that nostalgia factor and everything like that. So you guys let me know down in the comments below if you're picking up this Storm figure or you passing on it. What are your thoughts on the figure? Let me know in the comments below. New to the channel, guys, the MCU Collective channel memberships have started. So if you are interested, please hit that join button to join the MCU Collective and check out all the member perks and everything like that. And that is the review. So you guys, again, let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching.